Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So I create three different landing page using a one-shot prompt to test Three.js WebGL and on-scroll experience animation. In this video, I want to test something interesting, which is a one-shot prompt using Gemini 2.1 Pro and Claude Opus to see which model is best for animation. And I already tested for UI and the winner was Gemini 2.1 Pro. So let's jump into it. So first, let's test with Gemini 2.1 Pro. So normally I use WebGL for this, but I know that it's not everyone that use this tool. I use this tool because I have all the AI model that I can choose from, which is very useful. But I'm gonna test the Google Studio AI. So I describe the arrow section, the 3D scene, the globe, the particle, the lighting with visible mesh line, clean geometric structure with dark navy and electric blue color palette, and the skull driving parallax effect, everything in one shot. So this is very different from the traditional workflow where I build the UI first, then add animation later. Now with AI, we can describe the full experience from the beginning. So in this test, I'm focusing on how accurate the result is, how clean the code is, how close is to my vision, and how much I need to fix after. Because honestly, the goal is not just to generate something cool, it's to generate something usable. So if you don't want to lose your prompt or your chat history, I recommend enabling Google Drive. This way everything is saved automatically and you can work back to your work anytime. Okay, so let's look at the result. Oh, great. So what I like and this result is the globe and the skull animation. So that part is actually very cool, but the UI, honestly, this is exactly why I don't really like one-shot prompt. You can get a strong concept, a nice effect, or a good motion direction, but the UI is almost never beautiful enough. So now I'm going to use the same prompt and test it on Claude. I will use the best model, Opus. So I have a high expectation for this one. So let's see. And by the way, I'm using Screen Studio to record this. And I always record and short clip because I cannot record a full video with Screen Studio. So you might see different background, different mouse style. Because honestly, I keep forgetting the setting every time. So I really wish there was a tool that combines Screen Studio and CapCut into one. Okay, Claude is definitely a bit slower. But honestly, I never just sit and wait. So I always do something else at the same time. For example, right now, you cannot see my other screen, but I'm actually working on another template while I'm waiting. Oh, yes. Finally, let's see the result. Oh, okay, so it create the motion background, but not the scroll animation I asked for. So that means I need to enter a second prompt. With Gemini 3.1, I got everything in just one prompt. So maybe Claude is better for building app rather than website. So with the second prompt, I was able to create what I want. Okay, all right. So let's go back to see the result more clearly. So honestly, I think I prefer the version with Gemini. The globe look better, the skull animation feels smoother, and overall closer to what I had in mind. Of course, the UI is not fully polished yet, but with some refinement, it can be very good. Now for clothes. I'm not a big fan of the result. The globe is too big. The second layer of the globe is too thick. And also for the skull parallax and too quickly. So the experience feel a bit rushed.
But I have to say, Claude generate more detailed UI element. There are more card, more text, so I feel more complete compared to Gemini's. At this point, Claude is just better at UX and product thinking. The layout feel more intentional. It adds section that actually makes sense. The flow is more natural. So yeah, with Gemini, of course, I prefer the globe and the skull 3D parallax, but each section is too much empty. You know what? Let's test another prompt just to be fair. This time I'm going to try something different. An editorial website. So let's start with Claude. Okay, so this is interesting. It actually feels like a real professional fashion website. I think Claude win here, and here is why. First, Claude has a stronger design sensitivity. It's better with typography, hierarchy, spacing, overall composition. I don't know what's happened with Gemini, but fail at this one. So after that, you need to host your website somewhere like Netlify, Versailles, and then buy a custom domain if you want. So it's just harder to edit and refine later, which is why I still prefer using AI Builder. So the conclusion of this video is actually Claude was better in terms of UX, not really UI. And normally I use Gemini for UI, so I already know it's the best for visual design. I think the difference here is more about the prompt. This prompt, I focus more on Three.js, WebGL, and motion and animation. So my main goal with this test was also to understand my workflow because I cannot use everything at the same time, you know. And I noticed that many of my customers who buy my template, which I use Gemini 3.1 to build it, use Claude after. So for me, it makes sense. Gemini for designer, which is UI and visual, and Claude for developer, logic, structure, and UX. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you like it, enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also comment below if you are interested to learn a full course with me to learn how to design with AI from A to Z. Bye.